Ew, ew, big fish-ish, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know exactly what it is. All right, we're going to get into, as you can see, my dog Neyo speaking out. Thank God for Neyo. Thank God for Neyo. I'm not sure if y'all have been keeping up with everything he's got going on, but Neo's been in the news because he made some comments regarding the LGBTQ community and gender affirming surgeries, in which he took a significant stand. Then apparently there was an apology put out on his social media by his publicist, and he came out and put another video pretty much saying like, yo, forget all that. I stand on what I said. So we're going to get into it. We're going to look at the original interview that he did in which he made these comments. And then we'll get into the other video in which he made after receiving some of the backlash. So let's get right into it, man. I don't even want to play. We're not playing any games today. We just getting right to it. It's a Vlad interview. I don't bang with Vlad, but you know, it is what it is. That's who did the interview. So let's see if we can go into theater mode. There we go. Expand that and let's get into it. Of course, you know, I'll have my commentary. Y'all don't ever have to worry about that. I'll have my commentary as well. Let me center this a little bit. Make sure I'm looking good for y'all. Is that a little centered? There we go. All right. So without further ado, let's get to it, Neyo. All right.
I have no issue with the LB.
And by the way, this is my first time going through the interview. So I'm going through it. I heard what happened. I heard little clips of it, but this is my first time going through the entire interview with y'all. So let's go.
I have no problem with nobody. Okay?
Right.
I have no issue with the LBGT. I have no problem with nobody. Okay,
Right.
Love who you love, do what you do.
Exactly.
I just personally come from an era where a man was a man and a woman was a woman, and it wasn't but two genders, and that's just how I rocked.
Me
now,
too.
You could identify as a goldfish if you feel like.
Right.
I don't care. That ain't my business. It becomes my business when you try to make me play the game with you. I'm not finna call you a
Right.
goldfish, but
Exactly.
you want to be a goldfish, you go be a goldfish. It's all good.
Amen.
I got to stop it right then and there. Y'all heard what he said. It becomes my business when y'all try to get me to embrace y'all game. No, if you feel that way, then you feel that way. That doesn't mean everybody else has to embrace calling you something that I know you're not, but it is what it is. Like I can clearly see, yo, I'm getting into because I don't like bully shit, bro. I don't like bullies. I don't like bullies that claim that they're being bullied just so they can bully other people into thinking the way they think, or that they're gonna attack anybody that doesn't embrace how you feel and how you think.
I mean,
Well said.
it's just, we live in a weird time, man. We do. We live in a time where a person will have a mental breakdown in front of their camera.
Right.
Wait, let me wipe balance. No,
That's crazy, right?
what the hell is that? Like, if you are of sound mind enough to find the light,
Right.
and then break down,
Exactly.
ain't nothing wrong with you.
Right.
Man.
No, there is something wrong with you.
There's something wrong with you.
Right.
There ain't nothing wrong with you. Like, man.
Right,
it's just, I
right.
don't know.
You're adding to it. It's all how we deal with life,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And a lot of people want pity, self-pity.
I
And
listen,
I don't like that.
that was one thing that was not allowed in the house that I grew up in. It's
Victim
like,
shit.
okay, get your cry out, you know,
Right.
give that its moment. But once it's done, keep moving.
That's right.
We're not going to sit and dwell in sorrow. We're not going to
No.
sit and dwell in anger. We're going to give those emotions the moment that they deserve.
Amen.
We're going to respect those emotions. But then we're going to get up and continue moving, because it's not about the fall. You can fall a million times. You get up 1,000,001. That's the way I was raised.
Me too.
Yeah, like, all right, that hurt. Go ahead, cry.
Now they pamper, oh my God, and
Trigger
let's go to the
warnings.
house.
What the hell is a trigger warning?
Yes, exactly.
It's just when I
It
just
is
don't know
weird
when
times.
the world became so sensitive. Like,
So soft.
comedians can't tell jokes no more.
No.
Like, everybody's offended. It's a joke. It's
Right.
a comedian.
Right.
It's a joke. You're not supposed to take it serious. It's a joke.
Right.
His literal job is to joke.
About everyone.
About everyone and
Right.
everything. And people want to get offended and like, don't say that. That's triggering. Oh my God. You know what?
Yeah.
Sit in your house by yourself.
Exactly.
It annoys me. It annoys
I mean,
me.
anything can trigger you. A light can trigger you. A smell can trigger you. So, I mean, we got to walk on eggshells. Well, that's
You could tell my dog fed up. He just fed up with it, yo. And it's to the point where he knows that he knows exactly what's coming his way after this. But he also knows that he got to stand on principle. And because if he doesn't, then he's just as guilty as anybody else who is pushing it. If you don't stand against it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to lead to the same result, right? Like if I don't say anything, if I have an issue with how something's wrong in society and I don't say anything, then I'm condoning that. I'm condoning that, especially when it gets to a point where it's like, yo, this is not the early stage. They are bullying. They are changing how people think or forcing people to change their particular actions to support their agenda. They're in full bully mode. So either you stand against the bully or you with the bully.
what they want us to.
That's what they want us to do.
But
My
I'll
generation,
be
there were no
damned.
trigger warnings. Okay, you got up and you kept moving. That's
Right.
kind of what it has to
We
be.
was kicked outside. We would come inside before the lights go down.
Exactly
If
that.
we got bumps and bruises, we just washed it off with the hose outside.
Yeah, you was good. Come on, man.
It's totally different
We
times.
need to get back to them days. I feel like I feel like parents have almost forgotten what the role of a parent is.
Amen.
It's like, okay,
Lost control.
if your little boy comes to you and says, "Daddy, I want to be a girl," and you just let him rock with that,
Right.
he's 5.
Right. And where did he get that
If
from?
you let this 5-year-old boy decide to eat candy all day, he's gonna do that.
Exactly.
Like when did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves?
Right.
When did that happen?
Right.
Like I don't understand that. I don't get that.
And to medicate these young kids that are 5, 6, growing up and knowing that it affects their brain, it affects their organs, it makes them sick, but they're not allowed to do drugs, they're not allowed to do alcohol.
Right.
But we can medicate
He
them
can't
up.
drive a car yet, but he can decide his sex.
Right. Oh, right. What sexual orientation?
How does that make sense? And you know what's wild is I'm going through this and it's almost to the point where I forgot that I was reviewing the video. I'm not even gonna front. Like I'm sitting here and I forgot that I was reviewing the video because everything he's saying just seems so sensible. It doesn't seem like it should be anything that triggers anybody, anything that offends anybody. It's just common sense. It's respectful. It's not disrespect. Everything he's saying is just, it is what it is. And the fact that there's so many people who get bothered by this, it says a lot. It says that society, for one, has been allowing y'all to get away with this stuff to where you feel comfortable being offended by this, you know, standing out and speaking against it. It's like, yo, what delusion are we living in to where what Neyo's saying doesn't make sense to the masses? It's insane. It really is. It's sad.
And he can cut up his pee-pee and that, to me, that makes no sense
And
whatsoever.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard a rumor that they either passed or are trying to pass a law in LA that states if your child comes to you and asks to do some of these things and you say no, they can take your kid from you.
Yeah, that's true.
Who is allowing these type of laws to pass? Who is supporting them to the point where they can even come up in a discussion? Like, don't they have to go through like a certain like steps, like certain part of the process to where it gets to a certain point? Like, how does it get through this amount of people? And to me, it just goes to show you that people, politicians, people that are in power, they don't care. And it's probably not even the people that are in real power. Politicians they ain't got no damn power. They're searching for power. A few of them may have some influence and power, but they're just so infatuated with power. That's why people become politicians. Let's keep it real. So therefore, they'll push through anything, get on board with anything that gives them more power, that they feel, hey, this is a vehicle that I can use to get more power. That's how politicians are. That's why the dean of my business school, shout out my big bro Todd. he's really encouraging me and giving me some advice when it comes to politics, introducing me to certain people. Yo, I don't want to be around these people. I don't want to play these goofy games that they play. I don't want to embrace the type of stuff that they embrace to win. I know I'm not going to embrace that type of stuff. I know that I'm not just going to say something because it gets people's support, gets people's votes. Nah, I'm going to, everything you hear me say, I promise you, I really feel this way. Everything you hear me say, I promise you, I really feel this way. It's not said to appeal to a particular group in order to finesse and finagle my way into this position. No, I don't care. Bro, I wasn't raised that way. And I don't have that in my blood. Anybody that knows me, y'all may not like what I'm saying, but you know the shit is coming from a place that I really mean it, and I'm willing to stand on it. That's it. Where and I'm willing to have conversations with people who are the same on the other side. You willing to stand on your let's talk about this, because this is how I see it. This is how you see it. But when you're having disingenuous conversations with disingenuous people, it doesn't even allow for that. It doesn't even allow for that. It's to the point where I know that I can make a sensible case, prove my point. But at the end of the day, hold on. Let me make sure I got my boy calling me. But at the end of the day, it's still not going to mean anything. That's a disingenuous conversation. When I'm having a conversation, if somebody makes a valid point, I receive it. I take heed to it. I appreciate it, because I'm like, damn, I wasn't thinking about it like that. I wasn't thinking about it like that. Now I need to think about it like that. Now I need to question, based on this new information that I'm receiving, I need to question how I thought before. And that's why I've changed my views so many different ways over the past 10 years. Because the more I receive new information, I go back to the process. I go back to, okay, boom, this is new. I wasn't thinking about it like that. That's a different perspective. Okay, boom, let me kind of look at it from this point of view. I did not see that point of view before. But when you have a conversation with people that only care about power, only care about winning in the wrong way, yeah, there's winning, but there's winning in the wrong way. People that will do anything dishonorably, have no standards, have no moral compass, will say yes to any and everything, will tell you whatever you want to hear. I'm not doing that. You can't put faith in those type of people. You can't trust them, because they're always going to do whatever puts them in a more powerful position, not necessarily what they actually stand on and believe. They have no foundational beliefs. They have no foundational principles. The only thing they know is how to finesse support from people. That's it. So therefore, they'll be more powerful. That's why I don't fuck with politicians, bro. Like, every politician that I've ever met, they can say what they want, as far as the reason why they got into it. But let's be real. Y'all are fanatics. Y'all are fans of a sports team. Y'all don't keep it real. And the ones that do keep it real, they're probably going to appreciate me saying this. And they're also going to know that the ones that do keep it real, they're probably not even in a powerful position, or they probably just gave up on politics because they realized, like, yo, this is a goofy game with goofy individuals, with a lot of these people that still playing this high school popularity game, trying to be cool. Nah, I'm being myself, bro. I'm being myself always. And I'm gonna walk in any room like I'm the coolest motherfucker in here. Why? Because I'm just comfortable with myself. And I stand on principles. So therefore, I don't need to be worried about what this person said about me, or how I'm going to answer this because I lied to this person. Nah, I'm just going to tell you exactly. I'm going to tell you exactly what I feel. Boom. This is, I don't know.
Just passed in California.
That makes no.
Oh, that's a real
When
thing.
you say no, they could take your kid from you.
Yeah, that's true. Just passed in California.
That makes no.
Bro. And California, isn't the governor or whoever position he is, Gavin Newsom? That's who may be replacing Biden to get the nod from the Democrats. Think about that. How do you allow a law to pass where if a child, these kids are not responsible enough to make decisions about, damn near can't even make their beds. They can't make a decision on, they can't stay committed to brushing their teeth, but then you're going to allow them to make a decision that changes their lives forever? They're supposed to stay true to that commitment? These kids can't even go a week brushing their teeth in the morning and at night without you reminding them. It's insane. And anybody that supports a lot of this stuff, I'm judging you. I'm looking at you funny. It's not, you don't have the excuse where it's like, oh, well, it's not that I support this, but they're just a part of the group that I support. So therefore, if I want those other things, then I kind of got to go along with this. Nah, bro. I'm losing respect for a lot of y'all. It may or may not matter to you, but I'm letting it be known. I'm losing respect for a lot of y'all. This is insane what's going on. It's so, we talk about the safety and health and well-being of our kids. Yo, this is crazy what we're allowing. We're feeding into them. We always want to talk about mental health. Asking kids at 9, 7 years old, well, what gender do you identify with? They're like, wait, what? Letting kids that watch Aladdin thinking that genies are for real and all this other, well, I got a different take on that. But these kids that think, I don't know, like if your daughter feels like she's a little mermaid, you're gonna throw her in the middle of the ocean? If your daughter feels like I'm the little mermaid, okay, you're gonna throw her in the middle of the ocean just to affirm that that's who she believes she is? Y'all are fucking crazy. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are cowards. Y'all are allowing your kids to run y'all. And it's disgusting. Your kids are going to hate y'all for this. Watch what ends up happening, because like it or not, this is an experiment. This is an experiment. Y'all kids are going to end up hating y'all for this.
They want us to have no control over our children.
I don't get it.
In schools,
I don't get it.
Hospitals, libraries.
Yeah.
They just want to manipulate. You got to understand, when they're so young and they're already, that's
impressionable.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And from them, they're going to believe what you say. I mean, we say Santa Claus is real, the Easter Bunny.
It, like,
right, exactly. Like, they know what they're doing.
Remember who you're dealing with. Like, I can't take credit for it, but I heard somebody say one time, he was like, all right, if your son comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl. Ask your son, what is a girl?
That's a good one.
What is he going to do? He's going to say, well, he might want to play with dolls. All right, you want to play with dolls. Fine, play with dolls.
Right.
But you're a boy. Well,
but
I heard somebody say one time, he was like, all right, if your son comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl. Ask your son, what is a girl?
That's a good one.
What is he going to do? He's going to say, well, he might want to play with dolls. All right, you want to play with dolls. Fine, play with dolls.
Right.
But you're a boy.
Right.
Playing with dolls.
That's right.
I want to wear pink. All right, cool. Wear pink, but you're a boy.
That's right.
Wearing pink.
I was a town boy. I still love boy sneakers and I love my baseball cap. Doesn't mean I want to be a man.
Right.
I just like
style preference is one thing.
Right.
Gender selection is
but
a
I
whole
like playing
other
sports
thing.
too. Doesn't mean that I should become a boy.
Right. A lot of kids in school, what ends up happening? They feel that they don't fit into a particular crowd. Oh, well, all the boys are playing, they're playing sports at recess. Oh, well, I don't like sports. So therefore, I must be a girl. Come on now. And we saw this even as we were kids. So imagine how amplified it is, how confused a lot of these kids are with all the push from society now, with all the programming that occurs right now, with everything pretty much pushing them to do these type of things. Kids in 10 years old in fourth, fifth grade reading books about how boys have sex with boys and stuff like this is crazy. Crazy. And you know what's so funny? It's like different sides. This is why I say all these politicians, they all dumb as hell. You got people, because what will this side say? The Democrats, the liberals, the super liberals, they'll sit here and say, and I'm being super liberals. I think there's a large portion of Democrats and Republicans that are fed up with both of them. Because it's like, yo, all of y'all are just moving crazy. Like y'all are getting too radical. This shit is too much. Get it together. There's the extreme liberals, the super liberals. They talk shit about the Republicans saying, oh, they allow these assault rifles. Why would they? All right, let's keep it real. Republicans, y'all don't need these big ass guns. Y'all don't need these assault rifles. All right. But then how y'all gonna call that out and not see the extreme stuff that y'all are doing on y'all side? Like, yo, this is insane. I can understand the gun argument. Yo, I want my big guns. It is what it is. I can understand that. Even as extreme as it is, I'm being real. I can understand that a lot more than I can understand us being okay with our kids deciding their gender, whether or not they want to change physically who they are, who they were born. At kids, you want to do that type of stuff as an adult, then go ahead, do it as an adult. Whatever. You know, our brains are not even fully functioned until about like our mid-20s. But if you want to wait until you're an adult and you still feel strongly about it, make whatever decision you want. It is what it is. And then you got to be willing to live with it. However, to have kids and then this new law in Cali, if that is real, that if your kid wants to change their gender, change their sex, cut off their penis, then if their parents don't allow it, they can take your kids away from you. What world are we living in? What world are we living in?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
So yeah, I'm glad we touched on
Where
that.
we
We totally
living?
went off topic, but I love
Yeah,
it.
I will ramble.
I
so
love
you
it.
just-
No, I
give
love
me
it.
the
I love
wrap-up
it.
sign. I'll keep going.
Yo, shout out to Neyo for a bunch of different reasons, especially after I just saw how that ended to where they went off topic. That means he just really wanted to talk about it. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, bro, for that. I appreciate you, bro, for that. And then we're gonna get into. So apparently, let's try to find that. This is what I didn't look up. The Neyo apology. The Neyo's publicist apology. Let's see if we can find that. Hold on. Let me see if we can find this. Neyo retracts publicist apology. Bear with me. All right. I don't know what his publicist wrote. It's irrelevant at this point. But apparently his publicist wrote something like about apologizing or something like that. The main thing that we need to focus on is what.
What's going on, loved ones? This is Neyo. All right, listen. I normally don't give too much of a damn about what y'all think about what I do, what y'all have to say about what I say, whatever. I normally don't care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out. First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls, okay? That's my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel.
I got a question for y'all. Should you have to apologize if someone takes offense to something that you said? If it wasn't offensive and if it was just real? And obviously we got to get into after that what determines what's real or not. But should we just be apologizing every time somebody says that they were offended by what we said? Like, there's real, and I don't want the goldfish scenario that Neyo referenced in the other video where it's like, yo, if you feel like you're a goldfish, cool, I don't got to play those games. I've talked to teachers, athletic directors, principals. This is a real thing that's going on. This is a real thing that's going on in the schools where kids are identifying as animals. And the parents can't even intervene and say, no, call my kid such and such. If your child wants to be called, let's say your child's name is Ryan, and Ryan wants to be called Jessica, then these teachers in schools have to call the kid Jessica. That's what's going on in the school system right now. Even if the parents come in and say, no, call my son Ryan. No, they can't. I had somebody, an athletic director. Like I said, I've spoken to teachers, athletic directors, principals. This one person in particular was talking about how he was in the classroom one time and a child wanted to be identified as a kitty cat. And that teacher was calling him, like, was allowing this kid to meow, allowing him to be called a kitty cat. This is not like, I just want to be clear that what Neyo referenced and what I'm saying is not just us using an extreme example. No, this is happening. These are real examples. And this is what happens when you let children who have imaginations of children make certain decisions without allowing their parents to intervene. This is what happens. Kids think that they're, I don't know, a kid could think he's a caterpillar one day. You know, it's just is what it is. And it's gonna, I'll tell you what's gonna end up happening. And I hope it doesn't. But like I used the example with the Little Mermaid. Let some kid think that they're something else. And everybody, you know, go along with it. Oh, you're a bird. Okay, you're a bird. Okay. It's going to get to a point where somebody's going to test that bird, see if or that bird, that quote unquote kid who thinks he's a bird is going to test that out and see if they can really fly. Who's to blame if that kid can't fly and if something happens to that kid? The silly ass people that are condoning this ridiculousness are to blame. These are children. This is why they have parents, they have guardians, because they can't make decisions by themselves. They aren't responsible enough. They aren't developed enough. Shit, damn near 30-year-olds nowadays, the way society is running, can't make a lot of these decisions. Can't live on their own. Can't be responsible with their finances. So what? And now we're expecting children? Like, that's... Oh, man.
I'm absolutely entitled to feel how I feel the same way.
But my point was that, yo, stop apologizing for this shit, bro. Stop apologizing for stuff that we don't have any business apologizing for. All you're doing is giving them more and more power and convincing themselves that they're the bigger, baddest bully in the land. So therefore, they keep trying this stuff. And if we keep allowing it, it's just going to snowball effect. But mark my words, and I hope this doesn't happen, but yeah, one of these kids is gonna test y'all. Y'all keep acting like these kids are animals and stuff like that. One of these kids is gonna really believe it and test y'all. And who's to blame?
You are entitled to feel how you feel. I ain't asked nobody to follow me. I ain't asked nobody to agree with me. I was asked a question and I answered the damn question. Okay? I have no beef with the LGBTQ IA plus community whatsoever. I ain't got no beef with y'all. Do whatever the hell it is you want to do. Do what you want to do with your kids. However, somebody asked my opinion on this matter, and this is how I feel. I will never be okay with allowing a child to make a decision that detrimental to their life. I will never be okay with that. I definitely plan to educate myself a little bit more on this matter. However, I doubt that there's any book anywhere or any opinion that somebody's going to tell me that's going to make me okay with letting a child make a decision like that. That's just period, point blank, and that's how I feel. If I get canceled for this, then you know what? Maybe this is a world where they don't need a Neo no more.
Yo, let's go, bro. This is the energy we need. This is man energy. This is leadership energy. And I'm only saying he's a man. He's a man. This is man energy. Standing on what you stand on and being willing to take whatever comes along with that because you know that you're standing on principles and values. So therefore, whatever, I'm not worried about, oh, well, I don't want to say this because then this will happen. That's selfish. That's coward. That's cowardly way. That's a cowardly way to move. Oh, well, I'm making decisions. Well, I don't want to say this, even though it's the right thing. And even though because like then they're gonna try to cancel me, and then I'm gonna lose this endorsement. That's cowardly. That you cannot follow people like that, because they're always gonna make decisions that are not aligned with based on how they view the world according to their principles, morals, and values, but how they view the world selfishly in their own pockets and their own image. And sometimes you got to be willing to stand up and just say, yo, it is what it is. I'm standing on what I stand on. I don't care what comes with it. I don't care the backlash. Stop being cowards and be confident.
All right. And I got no problem with that. I'm a hustler. All right. I'll figure it out. I got kids to raise, and I'm going to do that regardless. So with that being said, y'all have a good day. I love everybody. Live how you want to live, love how you want to love, but your opinion is yours. Speak your opinion as much as you damn well feel like it. Because as I said, they're not important, they're not special. Everybody got one, and you're entitled to it. I'm entitled to mine. All right? Y'all feel how y'all want to feel. Have a great day. It's Neyo. Peace and love.
Man energy, bro. Man energy. Appreciate Neyo. Yeah, there's nothing really, I don't really have too much more to say on it. Neyo really spoke for everything that I feel, or I reacted based on, whatever Neyo said, gave y'all exactly how I feel about it. Y'all should already know, but we're at war, man. We are at war. We're at war. It's a good versus evil war. It's a good versus evil war. And a lot of this evil is we have to acknowledge that they're doing an exceptional job in manipulating the minds and indoctrinating a lot of our young folks and a lot of our older folks. But that's just, if you're an adult and you get manipulated by this, then I don't really have too much sympathy or empathy for you. But I do for the kids, because they're kids. They're easily manipulated. They're sponges. The same thing that makes them great, how they can absorb new things, see the world, use their imagination in a way that adults, we typically lose that capability. Our kids are very vulnerable, and we're allowing them to be manipulated with this weirdo indoctrination. And it's all based on people that don't give a damn about your kids, don't give a damn about you, but only care about power. This is just a power play. Everything that happens on a higher level is just a power play. People who may or may not believe in this, may or may not believe in that, but they just see it as, oh, well, if we separate these groups, if we cause this division, then we could just have this group support us, and we'll just use that to be in power. That's it. That's how this world works. Everything's a power play. So with that, I'm going to let y'all rock out. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all know what it is on this side. Onward and upward, strength and honor. Get to the bag with that big integrity, of course. And, let's just stand on what we stand on. And let's figure out, if we don't have an opinion strong enough where it's worth standing on it, then maybe we need to do more, get more involved to the point where we can have a strong enough opinion on it. Because, like I said, we're at war, and it's a draft. We need as many people as we can. We need as many honorable, strong, courageous people, men and women, as we can to fight this war, because I don't see it ending anytime soon. And the other side's got a lot of momentum. So how we going to act? All right. I'll see y'all soon. Make sure y'all tap in. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to release this. It's Thursday right now. I'm probably going to release this today. So make sure that y'all tap in with us tomorrow a.m. for the wake up. We got some dope stuff coming y'all way. All right. See y'all soon. Ew.